Yep.
I love that part. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Tarantulas After Dark. Hi, Joe.
What's going on?
What's up, big brother?
We're on a manhunt right now.
Why?
Well, so my little assistant here walked away without letting me know, and a tarantula wandered off. Luckily, we are prepared for this. This entire room is completely sealed.
Okay.
There's only one way out, and that's the door. So, yeah, all the vents, all the holes, everything else is sealed. So she'll be found very quickly. Just,
Okay.
it's a good
So,
thing that she's not brown
right.
and green backdrop, camouflaged
Exactly.
perfectly. So it's a very interesting thing.
Well, for
These
those of
things
you
happen.
watching, yeah, they do happen. And for those of you watching, if you have an escapee that's not a snake but a tarantula, don't sweat it. Just look under any dark corners in shoes, any place that has a lot of moisture, and definitely you will find it.
She hasn't been gone long, so she'll be back shortly.
Yeah.
And FYI, we made everything in here so it's easily removable. So all the greenery in here is easily removable, so she can't get trapped, can't get stuck. And stay calm. Big deal, stay calm.
That's the most important thing, is to stay calm. I actually saw a video today of someone rehousing a tarantula, and they were very scared, but what I noticed on that situation, that she remained very calm, and that's a key point in that situation, is to remain calm. Oh,
Oh,
and I think
but
we
up
found
pump.
her.
Let's switch.
hmm
And so as we stay calm, my son's tapping my shoulder here, super happy about the whole thing. So can you see her?
Wow. And
So
that is
now
a
this is
fermented.
the problem here. Owen, come here and hold this light. So what we're going to do here is we're going to make it, because we don't want her to fall if she gets scared, is that it we'll see if she'll want to turn back down. We're going to motivate her to get back up here on here. Hold that camera. So now that we're back up here, she has actually been super calm. And if gently motivated, she'll go right back in there. She was actually going to be our first model for tonight.
Perfect.
So this is a beautiful Cuban bronze tarantula from Ari and Jess at Arachnids Anonymous. Super great find. Very thankful to get her. I believe it's a her.
For
We're
Mexican.
gonna. So she's rather annoyed at me because I haven't been paying attention to her. But she is a photography subject, and one of the reasons I wasn't worried is because she has been such a good girl. Little unhappy at a show, which is uncommon for most animals, but as you can see, she's just hanging out.
No, she's not threat posing. She's not doing anything.
I was also not recommended at home. Do not do some of the things that are done in the photography box. I normally don't like to say this. I don't want to do I'm a professional, but I've gotten pretty good at understanding tarantula body language. One of these days, I'm going to get tagged. It's eventual. I'm hoping to keep it as far out as I can, but seeing
Yep.
as this is at home, I can usually get a good idea of who's going to be okay with me moving them by hand and who's not. Um, so I generally actually like these guys, these bamboo tongs that I use here, because they're not as hard as other things. And it
Hmm.
gives me this option of coming in here. Oh, she's posing so sweetly. I can't move her now.
Take it.
Um,
Take the picture.
right, right. So, and by the way, we're going to use a cell phone here because cell phones do such a great job. They are a lot of fun, and I want to encourage. Helps if I open the shutter. I want to encourage everyone to use what they have, and a lot of people have a cell phone, so have that fun. And by the way, light boxes are cheap on Amazon if you
Mm,
want to do this with some of your animals, but be very careful. Get somewhere that if your animal escapes, they're not going to hurt themselves
right.
because they do like to run out of the light box.
She's so pretty.
Yep.
Ah,
So the nice thing with tongs is they work as a doorstop too, so I can kind of put them here, and sometimes I'll just lay them down, and it gives them something to grab a hold of. Now I can lift them with these. Now the interesting thing is I like watching her because she touches things to find out what it is,
yep.
and she's really pronouncing it. Most tarantulas do that, but she's really pronounced with
Mhm.
how she does it.
Yeah.
She's
Now, question: does she kick any hairs?
not one.
Not one, and that's a good sign.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's
Now,
actually today's topic.
all right, you're going to go back in your box a little bit because you've been such a good girl and you're making me super nervous. So this is where I get nervous. Right
Mm-hmm.
here when she starts climbing the enclosure or
Yeah.
the enclosure, the light box.
Mm-hmm.
This is the chance that your tarantula can get hurt. So as you see, I'm putting this right here to minimize the fall, and we're going to box her in a corner,
Yep.
and we're going to slowly let her kind of motivate her to come down here. Thanks, Owen. My cameraman, my son tonight, Owen. All right. Come on. Come on. You can do
Because
it.
this is a terrestrial species, not an arboreal species, so their abdomens are built to only sustain the floor. And if they fall from a great height, that abdomen can rupture so quickly and so easily
Mm-hmm.
because they are terrestrial species.
So swift, decisive action is necessary,
Mm-hmm.
but calm.
Right. There you go. Easy peasy. And no hairs was kicked. That was awesome. And the hairs that we're going to be talking about today are called urticating hairs that are also called setae. So we're going to talk about what are they, what do they do, how are they used, basically, and what's the microscopic science behind this beautiful creation.
All
Yeah.
right. So I'd like everybody to see what I'm going to put on here, which is what, because Kat will explain to you what's different about this tarantula
Mm-hmm.
versus the last one and
Mm-hmm.
why this matters.
Mm-hmm. There you go, gloves. So he is using gloves to protect his skin from these eradicating hairs because what are they? Eradicating hairs are barbed wire like bristles found in on the abdomen, and these hairs have different levels from 1 to 5. And so what do? They attack or attach to the skin like hooks. Like because of the different types that they attach to the skin like that. Like not like an adhesive, but they are very irritating. So not all New World have these hairs, but some of them, the majority, have these hairs on their abdomen and also on their chelicerae, which is their two front mouthpieces, the pedipalps. And so, how they are used is once the hairs are kicked off and inserted or attached to the skin, it causes an inflammatory response to the skin due to the mechanical and chemical properties of these hairs. And what we have here, what do we have here, Joe?
Well, this little girl came from a very special friend of mine here when we were down at Gettysburg.
Mhm.
And now, if you'll notice, the person that this came from has done her due diligence in desensitizing her. But if you watch how I've got these tongs underneath my hand here, I've
Mhm.
got it so that way she probably will have a harder time getting a hold of me. She hasn't threatened to actually bite me, but she's a little nervous right now.
Mhm.
So I'm not going to make it easy for her, and we're not going to be silly about it.
Right.
Um, but she is actually quite a sweet girl, but she's very nervous.
Yeah.
I'm a new person. It's a new environment. And even though tarantulas aren't monitor like intelligence or people like, they're
Mm.
still smart enough to understand a new environment. And it's not always a fun thing. So we're going to be very careful because she's already kicked a few hairs. And let's see if we can actually see her little booty
Yeah.
where she's moved a couple of hairs for me. So she's got a great feeding response.
And
I realized I
uh,
needed longer tongs.
what kind of tarantula, Joe?
A Lazadora
Mhm.
erifabana. Did I
Yeah.
get it right?
Yes, Paravana, very good. It's the pink bird eater. So they are a New World terrestrial species, and their hairs are level 4. So let's
They
talk about.
have two types, right?
There's 5 types. 5 types
No,
of
I
these.
mean, do the bird eaters have more than one type?
No, so all tarantulas, they depending on the species, they all have type from 1 to 5. So
Okay.
yeah. So the bird eater, they're for this one is a type level 4 and between 4 and 5. Yeah, so I'll get into it later what these types are. So microscopic science speaking, eradicating hairs are leveled between these type 1 through 5. So the types mean these chemical compounds found in the fluid of their hairs are called neurotransmitters, histamines, through their glands of the base of the included hairs. So there's chemicals found in these hairs are called, I think, acetylsalicylide, potassium ions, and ion guions, and ion proteins, and peptides. So just like how you find in plants, some plants have like these little bristles on the stems. It's basically the same thing for these hairs or setae, that they say they possess the same eradicating bristles. And she is gorgeous.
Yes, thank you very much. This is from my wonderful friend Kat, and this is an awesome, awesome species. It's actually kind of one of those staple tarantulas in the hobby. It's a nice way to get a larger tarantula
Mhm.
without sometimes the larger tarantula attitude.
Right. Hi,
Like,
Mitzi.
what's
Hi,
up,
Sky.
Mitzi? Hmm?
We got to say hi to everybody in the comments.
Ooh, who's all there, Kat? I'm
We
watching a
got
tarantula.
Mitzi Duval,
What's up, Mike? What's up, Mitzi?
Hippothons.
What's up, James and Kate?
Yeah. Bosa.
What's up, Bosa?
Yep. Sky. What's up, Sky?
Sky. Big shout out and congratulations to Sky. She found out her alligator Sobek is a girl, so they
Didn't you
finally got to
take
be able to sex her.
you took pictures? No.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right. Yeah. Nice.
Uh, Alligators can be a little finicky to get photos of.
Mm.
And Sobek is actually a very well behaved alligator because
Wow.
of proper handling and desensitizing.
Hmm.
So it was very fun to watch because Sobek was not overly thrilled about being on my studio table, and we did what we could to keep Sobek calm. But
Hmm.
once Mom picked Sobek up and whatnot, then all of a sudden we were chill and everybody's happy, and she's getting her pets and relaxing right down. It was pretty awesome.
Right.
I got to pet Sobek, and Sobek started to just close the eyes and just enjoy the attention. It was really neat.
Yeah.
It was
That's
an awesome, awesome experience.
yeah, that's beautiful. So did this Lasadora kick a lot of hairs?
The first time when we transferred, when we got home and moved to this small enclosure here
Hmm.
out of the deli cup, yes, we did. We were very unhappy, but in fairness, understand that we had, about an 8-hour drive. So with stops, probably about 9 hours in a vehicle. All that rattling and shaking, no matter, we try to put it on shirts and give it as much shock absorption as possible to reduce the vibrations. But
Hmm.
you add all that and being at a show, then making the trip down from New York, it's a lot.
Yeah.
And so if you're grumpy, fair
Hmm.
enough.
Yeah. Hmm.
um, but once we've gotten a couple meals, we've gotten used to our enclosure, you notice we haven't kicked any hairs at me yet.
Awesome.
So
That's great.
and I honestly think that um, talking to your animals, I don't care what it is never a bad thing. Once
Hmm.
they start to learn your voice and that, hey, look, that
Yeah.
big goofy guy, he brings me food.
Exactly.
And already she's a fan favorite because, as I've stated before, we've had issues getting my tarantulas to eat dubias, the picky little food connoisseurs.
Hmm.
Um, she said, no thanks, I'll smash a dubia. I'm good.
That's it. Does anyone have any questions before we get into the science picture of the eradicating hairs?
And I promise we are going to very soon, hopefully, update my little webcam here. It is insane how much light it is not picking up. I do not know why, but we are going to upgrade that because there's so much light in this light box right now. I can't look at it.
What? And here it looks a little dark.
Yeah. Owen, go up there real quick and click on that and switch webcam. See where it says.
Hi, Owen.
Yeah. So we're gonna.
Joe, we have a question for you.
For me, why would they
Yeah.
want to talk?
Do
So yeah,
you?
if you can tell, we're pushing a lot of light.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I do
Do you
not
breed?
know why this is not working,
Joe, do
but
you breed your own dubias?
I do not yet. We might. All right, there we go. Um, we definitely talked about doing some of our own feeders, not to save money as much as just to have reliability of stock on hand.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think everybody that's ever done anything in the exotics hobby has at least once or twice a year going, everybody's out of X, Y, and Z. I can't find any.
Right.
Um, and it when you don't need it, you see dubias everywhere. When you need them, they get hard to find. When you need fruit flies, they're hard to find. The right
Right.
size crickets, hard to find.
Yeah. So I got these at the show. These mixed breed Halloween hissers.
Okay.
Yeah. So they are the Madagascar hissing cockroaches mixed with the Halloween ones. So the difference between those is they're yellow, like they have a very
Oh,
yellow
cool.
tinge. Yeah. And the Halloween ones get actually really, really yellow. So I'm going to start breeding these guys. So right now they're pets, but I'll show you a really, really yellow one. You hear that?
Love it.
Yeah. Here we go. This is a really yellow one. Come here.
For those of you that are Rick and Morty fans, it sounds like snake jazz.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. Come here. Okay.
Ooh, I want to show something real quick.
Right now.
Oh, those are beautiful.
Yeah.
So that's like a crazy thing people know. Like if you've never looked up the different type of roaches that are out there, look up emerald roaches, domino roaches. Oh boy, my brain of course is clicking off at all the different uh,
They're
beautiful
beautiful.
colors. There's some like high colored,
Yeah.
insanely beautiful roaches out there.
Beautiful.
If anybody knows of any really cool ones that I didn't name, put your favorite type of roach in the comments or some of the colorful ones you know of. That'd be
Dominoes.
great.
Those are so
Yes,
pretty.
yes.
Domino
All
roaches.
right. So we're gonna put our girl up here for a minute. Um, what people didn't see off camera there for a second was that she was kind of curling up a little bit. Um, and I'm going to tip this up, and she's walking right to me. So
Joe, we
you're
have
fine.
another question for you though.
Yeah, go ahead.
How important, from Sky, how important is it editing when it comes to getting the perfect picture? It's a good question.
How important what is?
How important is it for you? eh, Hold on. How important is editing when it comes to getting the perfect picture?
Um,
And I'm still on the screen.
so we're going to switch back here.
Yeah.
To integrated camera. So editing is really, in the digital day and age, everything now at this point. Unfortunately, it's great if people want more natural looking photos. I support that 100%. I think that's awesome and amazing. But to get the shots to look the way that people want them, editing is everything. On a shot that turned out like perfect, that everything lined up the way it should, I paid attention, all my settings were where I wanted them, the distance, i.e. how much I have to crop it in and out, was right. I'm still spending about a half hour a photo. If everything goes wrong, which quite often in animal photography it does, I'm hour 2 hours sometimes, because I'll do what I call the etch a sketch method. So for all of you young crowd, they used to make a little toy that you could draw on, and then if you didn't like the drawing or you wanted to do a new one, you held it upside down and shook it and started over. Um, and that's kind of what you do. You just hit the reset and you start over and go, okay, where do I want this? And sometimes you take a photo and you're like, I don't necessarily want it to be true to life. I don't want a morph market photo. I want an artistic photo. And then so you start modifying that photo, and you're creating art. And the picture was only half of the equation. What you're doing on the other end is akin to painting or drawing. You're designing. It's truly like on that graphic design level that you're taking something and you want to show people something with that animal. I'll take like puff adders, for example, that we just did a bunch of, or gaboon vipers. Um, I
Yeah.
want people to know that they are extremely dangerous animals, but they're also extremely beautiful, and they're not evil. So I want to give you this picture of something that gives you awe on both ends of that. You're awed at the beauty, but also, okay, there should be a level of fear there. There should be a level of respect for that animal and the damage it can do. Um, and so I want you to see the duality of that animal, both sides of that, you know, it's not inherently evil, but it is dangerous, but it's
Yeah.
also gorgeous. So,
Yeah. Hi, Carl.
what's up, Carl?
Nice.
And Sky, that was a great question.
Yeah. Very good question. Hissers and dubias. No, so I'm just gonna start reading the hissers. Yeah, just that.
Oh,
Do you have the pictures for the other two, for the eradicating hairs?
oh, Sean's got them backstage.
Oh, okay.
Sean can pop those up anytime.
Yeah.
Sean.
Sure.
Right, Mike? Smash that like button.
Does anyone have any questions about the sete or the eradicating hairs? That's also, I like to
I
answer.
do.
Yes, you in the back.
So, what is your favorite way to get rid of urticating hairs? I have my
Mm,
personal ways.
okay.
I treat them like I did fiberglass when I worked in fiberglass installation.
Mm, okay. Um, there's a lot of different methods and crazy methods that people have done. I highly do not recommend you guys super gluing your skin and trying to get it off. I do not recommend hot glue gun, wax. No. What you want to do is your basic warm water and soapy dish Dawn soap. Because here's the trick. Although it's embedded in your skin, you can take it off because um, sete and eradicating hairs, tarantulas are hydrophobic. So if you ever take a molt and you put it in water, it'll just float. But if you add soapy dish soap in the water, it sinks in. So the water, like it, how did it, like, what's that word? It contradicts itself. So if you add soapy water, Dawn dish soap, it'll get it right off. What's your method?
Similar. Working in fiberglass, it was fun. You'd have people that didn't spend as much time in fiberglass always telling you how you should get it off, and you're going, listen. So first off, I used a soft tape, i.e., like electric tape or some type of rubberized or vinyl tape,
Hmm.
especially for hard to get areas like in between your fingers, which one of the reasons you wear gloves, you don't have to deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole point of that was gently. So you put it in there and you didn't just mash it down and rub it down, because all you're doing is breaking it off and shoving other pieces further in.
Mm-hmm.
So you put it in gently and you just take it off. And no, don't use a lint roller because it's hard and it's going to do the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and whatever you use to get it out is done afterwards. So after I get as much as I could, first you try to blow everything off it dry. Then you go and I try to take some tape and get it off. And then the next thing I do is I would wash the soapy water, just like she said. And if I get home and I've still got some issues, I'd get a cheap bar of soap, because I'm going to throw it out when I'm done, because it's literally going to pick them up, right? So what's left, I'm going to try and use it to basically scrape some of it off of me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then you're still going to have a few left.
Very good. Now, do you have a story on getting hairs on your face or your mouth, or like inside your mouth or on your eye?
Yes.
Before I answer the next
Uh,
question.
um, where I hate it the most is when it gets stuck in your uvula. That is one thing I've noticed the difference between fiberglass and urticating hairs. I didn't have as much of a problem with the fiberglass on your, the little fleshy, dangly thing, for those you don't know,
Mm-hmm.
that hangs in the back of your throat. Those urticating hairs love that back of the throat and the uvula, and they stick in there. And
Yeah.
it is, I sit here and I look like some kind of weird cat. I'm like, the, the rest of the day. Um, and I did get urticating hairs not paying attention, because I had my camera lens flipped away from the animal, and the back was facing there as we were trying to move something around, and some had gotten on the edge of my big eye cup for my Z9, and
Mm-hmm.
that was uncomfortable, because then I had it right up here. It was actually, you'd think it would be in the softer section that would bother me more. It really didn't. It was up here in the hairline where it had a chance to dig into the eyebrow.
Yeah.
So that sucked. That was annoying. I got a couple little ingrown hairs because of it, and good times.
Oh, wow. Not fun. So hippothon, I'm sorry, I always say that. Are spiders a type of bug or their own group? So no, spiders are not. They are their own thing. They're an arachnid. They're in a group called arthropods. So no, not a bug, but yes, a bug. But just say no. I have a story of eradicating hair in my eye. So the
Oof.
dumbest thing ever. Okay, little bitty baby, Arizona blonde, tiny little thing. Now, I didn't wear any glasses because I was just rehousing it. Little tiny thing, no problem. No, no, no. What I was doing, I dumped the whole substrate, the whole dirt into the new enclosure. And what happened? All the dust went into the air. And I was not
Yeah.
wearing any glasses. So it one got in my hair, in my eye. The worst 2 days ever. Yeah. What's that question? Is it possible to take pictures of the hairs? Yes. So we have a microscopic picture. If Sean can put that up, because we were going to explain the types of. There it
There it
is.
is.
Yay! Good job, Sean. So what we have here is the different types and levels, how the hairs look like. So down at the bottom of B, the bristles, they go in different ways. So different species have different ways of the hooks. Some go straight, some go curvy, some are very hooked. So the ones that are hooked, those are types 4 and 5. And here we have a picture that is just going like straight and out. So that is type 2. And then on picture C, that's type 1 up in the corner, up. That's type 1 because those hairs are just going straight and not out. And then D, I think that's type 3 or 2 or 3, if I'm reading it right. And then E, I think E is the same one. But yeah, so these irradicating hairs, they're called setae off the abdomen of the tarantula. So if you look at that picture on A, and you can find those tarantulas between different species, like, for example, the Arizona blonde, the Aphonopelma chalcodes, type 1. And then this picture, we have the different types. So by colors, we have green type 1, red type 2, what is that, hunter green type 3, pink fuchsia type 4, and blue type 5. So depending on species, for example, the green type 1, we have Lazodora, Aphonopelma, Phormictopus, and Acanthoscurria. I'm surprised that those species are listed there. But anyways, yeah, those hairs are not as irritating. And if we move to type red, blue, and white, well, not white, but so white, let me explain white later because that's very important. So red type 2 is Carabina and Carabina versicolor and Leda, so the pink toes. The reason why that's type 2 is because they don't have irradicating hairs on their abdomen. They have it underneath. So what they do is they rub those hairs on you. So the way they do this is they looks like they're brushing on you, but they're really not. They're brushing those hairs on you, rubbing on you. They don't Yeah, they don't kick them. They're rubbing their booty on you because they don't kick those hairs because those hairs are underneath. And so the white one, Sean, can you put that back on so we can show them? Very, very important. So the white, those species, Ephebopus, the Tapionaculus, Psalmopaeus, so those are New World tarantulas that do not have irradicating hairs on their abdomens, but they have them on their chelicerae, which is their pedipalps, the front two appendages. And I don't know if I said this in the last episode. I don't remember if I said in the last episode, but because they don't have irradicating hairs, their venom is very high potency levels. So their venom is kind of equivalent to an old world, but not as pungent or not as much. But yeah, because they lack these irradicating hairs, their venom is a little bit more spicier.
I've
But
noticed they can be a little spicier too sometimes.
yeah, see? Yeah. So it's very important, whatever tarantula you have, that you know if they have eradicating hairs or if they don't. Because it depends on what species. You can, you know, get whatever you like, but you got to know if they carry hairs or not.
That is, do your homework,
Mm-hmm.
learn and pay attention because you're going to run into it. What you just didn't see off camera, being a nice fair skinned fellow, I need to use chapstick quite often. What I didn't use before I went and worked with something with urticating hairs was chapstick, because it can trap the urticating hairs, i.e. I can't just blow them off of me. They're going to stick in, and now, man, that would just be so much fun having urticating hairs stuck inside your lip. Just good times.
Yep, swollen, but it's not really a big deal. I know from my first time getting like reading about tarantulas and everything,
Mhm.
I was like, oh man, should I get a new world? Because everybody's saying about the eradicating hairs, blah 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 blah.
Yep.
That was one of like my fears. But then when you actually get into it, it's not that bad. It lasts for a few hours. You'll be fine. Just try not to get it in your mouth, your ears, or I mean your eyes or whatever. If that were the case, wear glasses right here.
Yep. I
Protective
think that
glasses.
is an awesome idea.
Yep. And if you're dealing with type 3, 4, and 5 eradicating hairs, glove up, glasses and gloves. Now, this is very important. It's optional to wear this if you're going to be handling. But if you're going to be rehousing, you need to wear the glasses and the gloves if you feel that it's going to bother you. Because when tarantulas go through the process of molting, which is called estrus, what they do is they kick up those hairs along with the webbing and they make a web mat full of all these hairs. So when they're done, it stays there. And when if you're gonna rehouse that tarantula and you're gonna use the same dirt, it's gonna go fly in the air. So you don't want to mess with those hairs.
Yep.
Yeah. Was there a question? Oh, I thought I saw a
Yeah.
question. Oh,
Yeah. Did the one on Home Alone have hairs? I'm trying to remember
yes.
what the original Home Alone. It was a Choco, wasn't it?
Uh,
Was it Choco Golden
no,
Knee?
it was a Phonopelma samani. So the zebra knee.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I
But
can't
I
remember.
feel like we're in like this Mandela effect because when I first saw that movie, I thought it was a red knee, Brachypelma hamori. Right? Do you remember seeing like a red knee tarantula on it?
Now I feel like you're misremembering me, because now you said that, and that's what I could see crawling on his face.
Right? That's what I that's what I thought. That was my memory. It was a red knee tarantula. And then like we watching it later on as a teenager, it was a chocolate golden knee. I'm like, wait a minute, what? And then now I see like rewatching it because of the
Yeah.
holiday, whatever. It's a Phonopelma samani, a zebra knee. So it's like,
Ooh.
what?
So yeah, he probably did get some hairs on his face. And that's, that leads another point. So I want to get into kind of like exposure limits. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So just like a chemical, how many hairs you get into you is going to change how you feel. Like you get one, maybe two hairs in your hand, you might not notice depending on the level and how much you're used to things that irritate. I
Mm-hmm.
have rough construction worker hands, maintenance hands. So my hands have seen a lot of abuse. It takes a lot of hairs to bother me for me to even notice before it starts to get itchy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Totally forgot, came home tired, rehoused that bird eater, and of course did exactly what Kat's talking about. Went and used the old dirt to it, poof, and I went, oh,
Yeah.
moron. So then I stepped back, let it sit down. Then I noticed I feel it right here in the soft
Yep.
parts. I went, ugh, you're a dummy.
Yep.
So went and did what I did and got rid of it. It wasn't too bad, but the thing was I didn't have a ton of the hairs on me. My exposure limit to that was small because I don't get right inside that when I'm doing it. I don't like dust. I work in construction. There's nothing good in dust. So I stay away from any kind of dust on a general basis. Try not to breathe it in. So it's a habit I've built in that works for this. But
Yeah.
if you get exposed to a ton, even level ones are going to start to bother you.
Mm-hmm.
When I was messing around in one of my Arizona blondes, um, in their enclosure, just like she was saying, I was moving some stuff around, trying to add more dirt. And because I'm stirring it up, I'm getting it literally all over my hands, and I can literally feel it starting to enter. I'm like, whatever. You should have put in gloves. You're going to do this. No big deal. They're not that bad. And then it did get irritating after a while, and I went and took care of it, and it was fine next day.
Mm-hmm.
But I can let those animals crawl around in my hands and no problem. unless they're upset and they want to get rid of those hairs, which has happened. It's generally not that bad. You'll get like a few hairs, but you're not going to get a ton. And mostly people up are when you're holding them, a lot of them are going to end up in the palms of your hand, which are much tougher than the outsides of your hand. So you're not going to notice as much. Maybe on his face. I don't recommend you letting tarantulas crawl on your face.
Mm-mm.
Nothing good's going to happen for anybody there.
Yep.
You're going to get lucky till you're not, and one
Yeah.
of you is going to be sad, or both of you are going to be sad at the end.
Yep. So many wrongs with that. So many wrongs.
I know, right? Let me list the ways.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So, Joe, what is on the menu for next week? Oh, wait, we have a question. What do you do when the spider is no longer in the enclosure? What do you do with the old enclosure? Oh, okay. So the reason why we rehouse these tarantulas is upgrading them to a more appropriate size enclosure.
Yeah.
And then with the one that was in before it, you can use it
Mm-hmm.
for the other tarantulas that you have, and so forth, so on and so forth. Basically, moving houses.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a dump spot. I take old dirt that I'm not going to reuse. With New World stuff, I don't mind reusing dirt. I'll clean out like extra webs that don't need to be there, any poo that I notice or anything, old dead critters. Try to
Yep.
clean it up a little bit, and I'll reuse that. With New World, sometimes, especially with ones that I notice that have kicked a lot, regardless of species, what I'll end up doing is I'll just take it back to. We've got some trees out back. We dump all of our leaves and stuff, and it's a great spot. Let's go dump it out there, and the urticating hairs will eventually decompose.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
we don't mow it. Don't dump it somewhere you're going to mow. Don't dump it in your garden thinking you're going to come out and garden next year. Because you'll be like, why am I itchy?
Yeah.
They will
Right.
eventually break down, but
Mm-hmm.
don't put them somewhere you're going to get irritated. But dumping them outdoors is nice. Just let that compost.
Yep.
Um, be careful dumping them into trash bags, because what happens when you dump something into a trash bag, it just poof
Yep.
back out.
Yep. Yeah. A lot of good information tonight. Good job, Joe.
Yes, Carl, you should wash your hands a lot, buddy. Just wash them, before going to the bathroom, afterwards. I recommend washing your hands. It's just a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Sanitary. It's sanitary.
Oh, that brings up I've got there's some stuff I think maybe next week. I'll give you a sneak peek. I was going to talk cat, but I'd like to go over like some good general rules about handling animals in general, but I
Yes.
think it will one of the things, sneak peek, ladies, guys, if you know you're going to be working with animals, especially small ones that can be harmed, watch how much cologne you wear. If you use anything, like I notice a lot of people, guys and girls, rub it on their wrists. Solid cologne is coming back. I know I use some of it. So when you go in, you put the little solid cologne on your neck or something like that. It's on your hands. Dawn dish soap. If you know that you've been into any kind of chemicals or anything at all that can stick to your hands, it's got detergents, anything. A little bit of Dawn dish soap gets rid of a ton of stuff and isn't harmful to you or the animals. And all of that stuff, hairspray, makeup, it can be, make sure it's not somewhere that can get on the animals or can transfer from you to the enclosure, you to the food. Um, we wash our floors, so if we have a cricket or a stray bug that hits the deck,
Yep.
it's not getting fed.
Right.
So
Good point. Very good point. Yeah, for sure. So I'm excited for next week because we get to show some of our babies more.
mhm.
Yeah, and I'm going to do a feeding.
That would be awesome. Maybe
Yeah.
I will get out my new Armenia.
So a
He-
Gettysburg type reunion, maybe.
yeah, the
Okay.
Armenia is so gorgeous. She came
Yeah.
out and she is absolutely stunning. She is very much a typical Armenia. It's going to be fast. I might wait till we can get a good webcam so you can actually see her, and it's not a complete just black blob with a couple of orange streaks.
Hmm.
She's going to be fast.
Nice.
There will be my son down here in deck because I'm going to be No, I
Yeah.
really won't do that. Don't move like that. People are on animals. It'll get you bit.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Joe. So this has been a really great episode. Thank you, everybody, for being here.
Thank you all.
Yeah. Is Sean gonna pop up to say his bye?
Sean. Yes. Oh, smash that like button, subscribe, hit the bell so you never miss a great show.
Yeah.
And in all honesty, folks, that is a huge deal. It's free. It helps us out a ton.
I like that comment. Bug lives matter. Don't tell PETA.
Yeah, that was a great show y'all had tonight.
Yeah.
I just wanted to come on and say that real quick. I'm gonna go backstage now. Bye.
Okay.
All right. You missed it. Sean, your girl's here. I swear. She hears his voice now. She shows up.
Oh, wow. Aw. Sean, come back out.
Oh, hey, I gotta put the word of the show up real quick before I forget to do that. So, see, you had to have watched all the way to the very, very end of the show.
What was
Word
it
of the day.
Hold on, I gotta pull it up.
Oh, okay.
Make it something fun like sassafras.
I ain't trying to spell all that.
Ooh, get him with a medic one. Pneumothorax.
Pistotoma.
Ooh.
There we go.
Word of the
I like it.
Respect.
Write it down.
Power to the people. Wait. There we go.
You know what? Next show, I have named none of my tarantulas. Maybe one of them I bring out, we could have people vote on a name.
Yeah.
Keep it clean, folks. Keep it clean.
Do you have a male?
I do have a male.
King Richard.
He thinks he's a king, that's for sure.
Oh, boy. I love y'all. It's a great show.
Yeah.
Good times. Thank you, Kat. That was awesome knowledge.
That was beautiful. Thank you, everybody in the comments, for being here. You guys are awesome.
Definitely. Thank you, everyone, for your support.
Yeah.
We appreciate it greatly.
Heck yeah. Well, y'all ready to call it a night?
Yes,
we
sir.
are.
Let's roll.
Peace out, everybody.